and I go and I was picking out some stuff on Black Friday, and I found in the dollar bin a copy of the Supremes, one of their post-Diana albums.
Okay.
Liner notes written by Elton John.
Yeah.
It was
See,
awesome.
and that's things you discover
Yes.
when you're reading the liner notes.
Absolutely.
You're like, what did Elton John have to do with this, and how did he get connected?
He got an advance copy. So he wrote
And he wanted to
notes.
write some liner notes.
Yeah.
Oh, that's awesome.
It is good. It's good stuff. It was a good album, too.
So now you took away one of my questions. What were some of the first bands you heard? What is your favorite band? Is it one of the ones you discovered, or is it somebody now?
Oh, man.
I should say artist, not band, artist.
Well,
because it can be a band or a solo. Or a duet or a...
Like, one of my biggest vocal influences is Elvis Costello.
Okay.
Who's also a great writer.
Mm-hmm.
But if I had to pick which of those crafts, I believe it would be his vocal performance that really resonates with me, because he croons. He just croons. I want to croon.
Paul McCartney once said of him that he was like, he worked with Elvis Costello for a little bit, and Paul McCartney said it was like working with Elton John, because there's a little bit of rebel in him, there was a little bit of disagreement in him, and yet there was a really good song waiting within him. And he said, whenever John and I wrote, I had to pull that song out of him, and it was kind of that way with Costello. Said that, he would constantly disagree with me, but once I pulled it out of him, there was a great song waiting in him.
Absolutely. And I really enjoy session players.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of people say, well, they're just, hired hands, basically. But I was listening to Night and Day for the umpteenth time the other day, and I enjoy those session players. A lot of people think that Night and Day is a, kind of squared off. But it's got, there's some good stuff in there. And lyrically, he would be a bigger influence than Elvis Costello.
All right. So now, how long have you been, obviously you're playing a little bit in town.
Yes.
Are you, I'm trying to get to the question here. Where do you see yourself in the next 5 years then?
Hopefully I can quit my job.
Okay.
And do a little travel, a little circle jerk around the area, and maybe broaden that circle.
Okay.
It all depends. I love my mates. But getting them to travel would be kind of difficult, because they're all really straight cats, and our Gold Star junkies. They're awesome people, awesome musicians, players, but getting them to travel, that'd be tricky. So I've kind of started focusing on solo act, and I'm doing this lounge act on the 8th, and then the next night I'm playing with the band.
Okay.
So, maybe upon hearing this, you guys, maybe
your fans will hear this and make them want to do that.
Or maybe some other musicians want to travel that are hearing this, but and also want to quit their jobs.
Okay.
But it's really tough. It's hugely competitive. And realistically, I see myself in this region in 5 years. It's
That's not a bad thing.
No, absolutely not.
I think everybody, obviously you can't be a gigantic star
absolutely
in this area, but I know a lot of people that make a living here.
They do. Todd Eckhart.
Mm-hmm.
Did I say his name right?
Yes, you did.
Oh, good. Good, yes. Locally, he's very influential, because he's doing it.
He hits it hard, that's for sure.
For sure.
Yeah.
And I also see him poking around the record store from time to time. So
I don't doubt that at all. If you've ever seen the way he decorates his home, I totally expect him to be in a record store.
But then there's he also does a side business. Same with Rich Mattson. He makes his living doing this.
Mm-hmm.
I'll be recording with him soon, and some session players, and hopefully that goes well. Maybe put out an EP.